Well, you have a couple of different options for that, right? So, I mean, are a reseller, and so we always encourage organizations to work with a reseller. Now, could they call Blue Prism and maybe get them to sell them a trial license for a period of time, or could you call your handy dandy software reseller where you buy all your other software from? Yeah, you probably could do that too. But when you go down that option, you're missing out on all of the other value added services that a services reseller would bring. So like the uh, the hardware store of software sales is not going to be able to help you implement it on your infrastructure. They're not going to be able to train you. They're not going to be able to coach you. They're not going to be able to help you reflect upon the backlog of automations that you're looking at. Like people think they might get a deal when really you don't really get a deal, because I think actually the best pricing comes from the resellers, ironically. Certainly a global elite reseller like we are would have excellent pricing, but you're missing out on so many other features. Well, just like for example here, even just the pricing strategy of it, right? So you say, well, how many should I buy at any given point in time? Well, someone else might say, oh, well, you're going to buy 100 of these, right? But most people aren't going to use 100 of these, in an initial buy. So what we want to figure out is, because we have these breaks where it gets lower in price, we got to figure out how big is your capability likely to be, once you're kind of up and running in your organization. So what we want to do is we want to find the price break that's close to that capability, so that we could do a drawdown schedule against that. So let's just say 11 robots is a price break. Okay, so day one, you're not going to use 11 robots, right? You're going to maybe use 3 robots or 4 robots in your first year. Then it's going to be maybe 6 or 7 in your second year, and then maybe 11 in the third year. Now everyone's different, and if you were charging hard and you had like an army of folks doing stuff, okay, yeah, you might use more than that. But that's kind of like a typical progression. So if by committing to the number of robots in the out year of the contract, you actually get the advantage of the price throughout the entire contract, so that it saves you money like that. And of course, there's no reason to commit much more than or any more, frankly, than the threshold, because you could always add to the order later on. So you're just taking on risk. If you're buying a lot of extra robots above and beyond a break, you're just taking on risk for your organization. So and you can always, if you find that you're using more robots than you expected, we just take early delivery of the robots that we've already purchased, or we can just add on to the order. It's a very simple thing to do. Just that you add more robots or digital workers onto it, just as you might add maintenance if you didn't buy maintenance, or you may decide I'm starting with production support maintenance. Now I need business critical maintenance. Fine, you get an order to move you up. You can always, Blue Prism is awesome in that they'll always let you buy more. They'll always let you add on. Not so much in slowing down delivery, not so much in reducing the number of robots. I think that's just a function of them being a software company, and that's just how they run their business.